Hello and welcome to Las Vegas, Nevada. We are here for the 2021 World Series of Poker. One of my favorite events, event number 49, the $10,000 deuce to 7, no limit single draw is down to 5 players. I'm David Tuckman, joined by two-time bracelet winner Chris Finch.
Hey, Dave. And here we see Johnny opening basically the same hand, and he is immediately going to get shoved on, and it's going to be a decision. Ooh, and Glaser has a bit of a hand here, too. I think we're going to see Glaser call here. It's just not that many big blinds, and he has, you know, just a good hand and plenty of chips. He does have to be concerned about it. I mean, there's already a raise up front, and Jake shoved over that. Wow, I'm actually pretty surprised to see that.
Well, let me ask you this, because if you're Benny, do you really care if Jake Schwartz stays in? I mean, yeah.
No, you don't. But I think it's just a spot where you just make chips, you know, and he certainly isn't afraid of putting 300K in the pot. Becker here, I think he just feels that it's just not enough. He just has too much invested. It's not that much more to call, and it's a classic flip here.
Believe it. I would hope so.
Just your pretty straightfortard 50-50.
Yep, 30-year-old Jake Schwartz against 31-year-old Johnny Becker.
I'll take a picture. I'll take a 3 across. A picture is the most fair.
Schwartz can win this with a jack.
That's my burn. Oh, that's my.
Did you burn?
This is my pitch.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, it's my discard.
Oh, okay.
Definitely my discard. You can see it.
Yeah, I trust you. Oh, you couldn't get an ace back?
No, not allowed. You want to sweat it with me? All right.
Oh, this is nice.
Oh, no, it's a 9. It's a 9.
It's a 9?
Yeah, because you have the 9 of spades. Or you have the 10 of spades.
And he pairs again.
Game, dude. See you in the next one.
Jake just never made a hand today.
Good luck, guys.
He didn't, and unfortunate for him. I mean, I think he drew to 4 9s, 5 9s, something along those lines. Caught an ace 3 times.
Yeah, and a pair of 9s
trades.
twice, yeah.
And the first time he had to bluff at it, as you mentioned.
For sure. Yeah, so Jake's continuing another a very, very solid World Series, but again, close but no cigar for him, who I know really wants to get his first bracelet.
Yeah, you really don't want to get knocked out, but now that he is by far the short stack.
I like it. I think it's kind of cool. I mean, you do have to ask yourself, okay, would I ever have a weak hand that would also just smooth call and then stand pat, right? I mean, it might be a little suspicious, actually.
I see what you mean.
But
because even if he had like a pat jack, he'd probably...
Yeah, I mean, you'd probably play raise or fold with that kind of a combo, right?
Fair enough.
So what happened here? So he opens a good draw on the button, and this time Dustin has 3-bet. Interesting hand out of the big blind here. I think it looks like he's just trying to kind of take advantage of the stack pressure, right? I think he'll probably play this queen jack as a pat.
Pat. Well, if he plays it a pat, Bonyadi's a favorite, right?
Yes.
Check.
So, yep, looks like Dustin's just trying to just take his equity, and we'll see if Farzad can improve.
And it looks like he's caught an ace.
I think that was his discard.
Was it? Okay.
Don't think it's updated yet. He needs to put it in the box.
He's moved all in.
Yep, he had just a little bit more than the pot behind, and Dustin's put himself into a tricky situation here.
Well, this is fun now since we don't know what he has. What are you doing if you're...
Well, I would fold for the reasoning from earlier, which is that this is one of the weakest hands that he should have. Ooh, Farzad. Talk about gangster. He decided to go for it with the king 9, so without the blocker even. And notice that he didn't even have the blocker pre-flop with an ace, so he's actually unblocking some better hands from his opponent, but he has correctly read the situation that Dustin has a very weak hand. So probably talk about old school versus new school, right?
Either.
I mean, this is a perfect example of like Becker would never make this play. He just wouldn't. But Bonyadi could just easily have picked up something at the table that Dustin could have some very weak hands here and just, you know, be using kind of that live poker element that is definitely a part of this game.
And the crowd cheers.
And gets it through. I think that was a cool one. That was a cool one to see. But it's so hard.
And for me, I will tell you, as a poker commentator, I feel like the bar has been raised with Jeff Platt's performance yesterday.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, he finished 4th.
You're going to at least have to enter something.
Yeah, I'm going to have to enter something. If I want to beat Jeff, I probably have to play, right? And I haven't played anything this year yet.
So you can bluff with 2 pair?
I haven't played a World Series event in like 3 years.
Hopping back into this hand, both players have drawn 2, and this time Bonyadi has come out on top, making the jack 8.
Yeah, Bonyadi on 1.4 million. Benny has given back a little bit. He was up to about 3.8 million.
And no surprise, Becker is back to his 1.9.
Yeah, I'm not even paying attention to Becker anymore. You let me know when we're
when something changes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he goes from 2.1 to 1.7.
Yeah.
That's it.
A small range.
He's like that annoying guy or girl who literally their weight fluctuates 6 pounds. That's it.
Depending
They're up
on
and
what you
down.
had to eat for
Yeah,
dinner.
it's like that's it. He was 172 in college. Now he's 174.
It's like Farzad's going to put a little value bet, but as is his tendency, it's not a little value bet. It is an overbet.
What's Wednesday today,
With
right?
this
With
hand,
a
it's
value
kind of
hand,
Yeah.
yeah.
How about the
So
8
this
game?
is a
That's
good
tomorrow?
value bet. I do think the sizing is a
I'm
little
late right now.
surprising, but
Get
we
some
have seen a
sleep.
very consistent plan for
What are you
him.
going to play next?
he's a
play
difficult
PLO,
player to
right?
play
No,
against because
probably
he's
not.
kind of this out of the
Probably
box guy.
the-
Like
Yeah.
normally you
Eight
see the
game.
sizing
And then back
and you'd
to
think,
your game that you
okay,
had the third place, right?
Right.
He's
It's
got
a
the
bit
best
of a
hands and-
polarized sizing, but
Right.
in reality, he
How about
has a
50
medium
cents?
strength
Yeah,
hand.
Push up.
And I
Yeah.
wonder if Glaser's thinking about making a hero call here with a pair of 4s. I don't think he'll
You
raise,
play online, or where do you play?
that'd be pretty sick.
but I do think he's considering a hero call. He has definitely been paying attention to the updates, and I'm sure he knows that Farzad has had some bluffs earlier.
Well, how can you call with 4s? I mean, I guess are you
Well, you
think
beat
if
all
Bonyadi's-
bluffs.
Right, if Bonyadi, he's never bluffing. He's not bluffing with deuces.
Very unlikely, yeah.
So
You
if he's
beat all
bluffing, he's more
bluffs.
likely to be bluffing with 7s, 8s, 9s.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it a little bit worrisome that Glaser has a 7 and a 9 in his hand, though?
Yes, it is a little bit worrying, and I think it would not be a standard call. But I do think that he thinks Farzad bluffs.
He
and
calls.
And he's very surprised to hear Jack. You can see it on his face. He really regrets the call because that is not the kind of hand he thought he could ever be against.
Right, you're thinking, okay,
So-
I'm up against a good 9
Right,
my
or
Lord.
a bluff.
or pocket
Yeah,
7s,
so,
pair of 8
so
7s.
Farzad really got max value for that Jack there.
Oh,
Very cool hand.
so we have two bracelets awarded already. Darren Wright.
Raspin, quick work of that table, too.
Yeah, it was not a
yes,
turbo,
please.
but a semi-turbo. It was a 2-day
Quick
event.
Yeah,
3K 6 max.
quick levels.
Yeah, thank you.
Give me 2 other 2.
Brian Rasta has joined me in the commentary booth
Yeah.
many times.
Green tea on ice.
Really
Green
thinks
tea with
about
ice.
poker
No,
and life
no
really
sweetener?
And,
in just a
Corona,
different
please.
way. I like the way his brain works.
All right, here goes Dirksen. This one
And,
will
Corona,
certainly have
please.
to be all in.
Just
Yeah.
Don't see
okay,
any
2
world in
cards.
which it makes sense to call him off
I
the
get a
big
Sierra
blind.
Nevada too.
I like
I'm
the
not here,
confidence.
I'll
Look at him.
find
He's
you.
offering. He's buying. He's getting drinks
Yeah,
now.
he's confident. Yeah,
I love that.
If I'm not here, I'll come find you, though. So that was a little. He hedged a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
And I think Becker's going to be priced into this one. Bonyadi has an interesting kind of hand here. This is slightly tempting. It's not that many big blinds. I think this is one of those tournament spots where maybe
it's an old.
he's inclined to call and stand pat and let Becker in because both of them move up in the money if one of them were to beat Dirksen. I think
Yeah, there's
for
a lot of value in just eliminating
10
Dirksen.
big blinds here. It's going to be tempting for him to call.
They ladder up, by the way, $35,000 if they can get rid of Dirksen.
Right. And, yeah, I do think he's probably going to call.
Dirksen has the best hand, but I guess when you're drawing 1 and you're all drawing 1, it's not. I mean, the equities run pretty close, I assume.
This is my money.
So we have a Pat Jack 10 versus a 4-card 8 versus a 4-card 10. Yeah, the 4-card 8's doing pretty well there.
Right, but I would assume the equities run pretty close.
Yeah, I would think so. I think
nobody's an overwhelming
I think
favorite
that
here.
Jack 10 is going to be something like 40% to win 3 ways. Maybe a little less, 35. And I think Becker has to call this, given the price. He is a little concerned that
No.
Bonyadi has a big hand.
He lets it go.
Okay, so we have pretty much a flip now, right? 4-card 8 versus a Pat Jack 10.
Jack. Okay.
Oh,
And what can Dustin make? He quickly
Enjoy it,
turns it
boys.
over. Up, that's an
Good
ace.
game.
Good luck. Benny, great competitor. Nice playing with you.
thanks, man. And you.
Nice to meet you,
Nice
man.
playing
Sure.
you.
Good luck.
Some guys like to peel it. Some guys like
Thanks,
to really
Renee.
sweat it.
Appreciate it, dude.
Take a long time. Dustin Dirksen's
super
got
nice and
Dustin
classy.
Dirksen's got no time for
Good luck
that.
if you do.
He was
such 5 to
so
50.
happy and fun and
I'm gonna have to
pleasant.
think on that one.
Ooh, how about this hand
So
here?
Bonyadi will 3-bet.
Dang.
And I don't think
then
Ben's
I
going.
don't know what Glazer's going to do after that.
He's not going to go anywhere, is he?
Well, you know, the 3-4-5-7's a little
I guess the 6, yeah, again.
tricky, right?
He's drawn
But,
to the nuts,
you know,
though.
I have seen Glaser 4-bet in this spot with this kind of a hand.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be shocked to see it here.
A deuce is the nuts.
Yeah, and it also is just one of those hands that if you pile your money in and they draw 1 in front of you, you just stand pat.
I'm sorry. See, I'm just a sucker.
You just want to go for the nuts.
Well, listen,
Yeah.
if you give me a spot where I've got a 1-outer to a royal flush,
Like 1.6, right?
the royal straight flush, I can't fold it. It's a 1-outer, but yes.
This is I really think Glaser's interested in 4-betting this hand, and he's trying to see what size makes sense. He's checking Bonyadi's stack to see if he should just go all in.
Now, the problem with that is, if he does 4-bet this, we've seen Bonyadi move all in with a hand similar.
Yeah, I think he might just 4-bet rip if he did 4-bet.
Oh, really?
I'm not sure what he's thinking about here. I've seen him do this a lot. Like, I know that he likes to 4-bet this spot.
Well, if he 4-bets all in, does Bonyadi call?
That's going to be an interesting spot.
Whew.
I might be presumptuous here, but yep,
No,
there it is.
there it is.
There's the shove, yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he loves this kind of a hand and to do this because he's just going to draw 1 if his opponent calls and pats. And I think Bonyadi's in jail here. This is a really nasty spot. I would probably fold and be kind of miserable with it. This is a really big decision.
I don't think Bonyadi's folding.
Nope, he's not.
going. He's a gambler.
You called?
He's a gambler.
Yep, this is a big pot.
And he stands pat.
And he's way ahead. I mean, Glazer's going to break.
Oh, look at
Yeah.
Benny. Benny's like, oh, really?
Glazer's going to break, but he doesn't have a great draw here, you know. This is a big, big, big spot.
Yeah, Benny has to break. You saw him sigh. Benny needs a deuce,
All
an
right, we
8,
need
a
a
9,
deuce,
or a
an
10.
8, 9, or a 10.
I think Benny is slightly surprised that Bonyadi called so quickly with this 10-8. And do we get to see before him? If he pulls it in a little closer, we'll know. That's a
Oh, that's an
probably
ace.
not, yeah.
Ace of spades.
That was a big spot. So
Wow.
we see Bonyadi's lack of fear paying off huge dividends there.
Just like, whatever, YOLO.
And I think that Glaser, I know that he likes to 4-bet that spot. I think that maybe he didn't choose the right opponent.
Yeah. And, yeah, it's going to be more or less pretty aggressive.
Right, exactly. But like, it's certainly not like he's just going to be like, okay, now that I have this chip stack, I'm going to totally change gears.
I do think, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I'll defer to you, I do think that his aggressive style as the chip leader will benefit him, though.
Absolutely, yeah.
Probably why he's had so much success as a tournament player.
I would think so. And I mean, I think in years past, he probably just had a level of experience in this game and a level of aggression that people just had no idea how to deal with it. This could be an all-in for Glaser here.
270.
So he's going to go with 270 here. And Bonyadi is not folding.
270.
I don't think he would shove this hand, so I think it's likely to go call, pat, 1.
It's such an insane game because you watch it and you think, well, there's 70 big blinds deep, you know, we
Right.
could be here for hours, and then you get one hand like that, and it's, nope,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, sometimes once the 4-bet comes in and all of a sudden all the action goes quickly.
Yeah.
So we have a pat.
And credit to you, you saw it coming.
I know my man a little bit there. I thought it was likely.
You know him well. I'll give you that credit.
Okay, so it's now Glaser will certainly check, and it's just gonna come down to, is Bonyadi gonna make the hand? Is he gonna bluff the hand? I mean, we know he's capable of it.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And he makes it.
Oh, wow, and he makes it.
Yeah.
Pot is 600,000.
Yeah, I think
Glaser only
I
has-
think it's just gonna go check shove, and then I don't know what Glaser's gonna
We
do.
talk about stack to pot ratio. It's basically 1-to-1.
Right. Yeah, there's no size here that makes sense other than all in with a 9-6. I just don't know what Glazer's gonna do.
Yikes. The fact that he has a 9, he has a 9, 8, and a 7 in his hand, those are the pairs you expect Bonyadi to bluff with, right?
Potentially,
Does that make
yeah.
it less likely? There's the all-in that you predicted.
Yeah, he seems like he's a little bit in a stubborn place right now, maybe. And he has shown the propensity to call a little light on the river before.
We've seen it. We called with
And
fours.
he is definitely aware that Farzad has bluffed all those hands earlier.
Yes.
He is
He's
absolutely
getting-
sure of that, so...
He has been getting the updates from his
It's not
friends.
an easy spot when you have an SPR of 1 like this. This is just like... It's just no fun. It's just no fun at all. Man, it's
I mean,
so
I
tough.
feel like
It's so tough when
you're
in
just
this
as
spot.
likely to get a fake tail from him than a real tail.
It's just so hard when you're in this spot, and you just. I think after you lose that big pot previously, you just kind of feel like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't.
Okay, so I know you're more the math guy. Is this a Nick Schulman? You just look at the guy in the eye and you go, do you have it or not?
I would not do that, no. But I think I would end up calling this combo.
Yeah.
Call.
Yeah, he said
There's the call.
There it is.
Got it. Good hand.
Good
Game
game,
in.
Benny.
Good game, Benny.
Like, dude. Take it down.
He
Good
always-
game, Benny.
He
Well
always tries
said.
to win, you know. He went out trying to win for sure.
Bad hand, yeah. Obviously.
No, Becker with a nice 86 draw.
A premium draw here, yeah. Still on about 40 big blinds. Which is a lot. I mean, it's really fine. It's just that Bonyadi has so many chips. In most tournaments, you'd be thrilled with 40 big blinds at heads up.
Raise 80.
Yeah, the fact of the matter is we still have.
Oh, so Bonyadi's certainly going
Ooh.
to 3-bet, and Becker is certainly not going to fold, so this will be a bigger pot.
Is Becker ever going with it?
It's possible. I don't know how he handles this spot. I would think that it
3-bet
would
a
be
lot.
more likely that he would just call. But, yeah, he has been 3-bet a lot. He might be looking for a hand to take a stand with. And clearly this is a very strong draw. As I've said a number of times tonight, you know, you would really prefer to have the pair blocker with it. But he has that look, right? He has that look like I'm going to go all in. I do think he's thinking of shoving. Certainly he's not thinking.
By the way, a
of folding.
9 would be good for Becker.
Okay, yeah. He's definitely not going to fold, so this is definitely a contemplation of going all in.
What do you like better? You like going all in? You like calling?
I mean, my standard would be to
All
call.
Raise all in.
Yeah, he went all in. And
He
he's
goes
gonna
all
get-
in. He's
gonna
gonna get
snapped.
called.
Yep.
This could
yeah.
be it.
Yeah, Bonyadi certainly likes his hand here. This is not a hand that's like really close. He's actually just tanking here. This is an interesting thing because he wants Becker to pat a 10 behind him. So he's going to kind of make
So
it
this
look
is-
like he's thinking
it's not
about
a
this.
nit roll, it's
no,
not- it's-
because imagine Becker has a hand like 10, 7,
hand's
5,
not
4,
over,
2.
right?
He would really like him to pat that hand so that he doesn't.
Call.
Yeah, so he's trying to make it look weaker. Than
Right,
it
right,
is.
right. Then he is. That's brilliant.
Yeah. And obviously Becker's actual hand is a very easy decision.
That is brilliant.
So Becker's going to need to hit here, and he's
But
a
if
pretty
Becker had a
sizable
10,
dog.
he probably does stand pat.
Yeah, exactly. That's what he's meant. That's what he's meaning to do.
That
yeah.
is awesome stuff.
Yeah,
Well, Becker needs to catch here. He needs a 9, a 7, a 4, a
Yeah.
deuce.
9 would be good for me.
probably about 30%, 25.
Pot is 3.37 million. Becker's tournament life on the line. Farzad Bonyadi possibly just moments away from his 4th bracelet.
You broke it, Jack or 10? No?
Yeah. 1.
And we'll see shortly. Nope, Jack. GG.
You called it.
Good game.
There it is, the
Farzad.
Jack of Diamonds. Good game.
Wow.
And there it is. Farzad Bonyadi has just won event number 49. He is our champion. He'll take home $297,000 and his 4th bracelet.
Congrats to him. He played awesome. Really fun to watch.
Yeah, he really deserved that. And Johannes Becker seemingly would not move off of 1.9 million from
Yeah.
the start. Really did nothing wrong. Just ran into a buzzsaw.
Yeah, you know, I called it. It's kind of funny. I called him out as a heads-up specialist, and heads-up did not go well for him whatsoever. But, you know, I'm sure in retrospect he'll feel pretty good about second place in a tough field.
Take a look at our final leaderboard. Jake Schwartz needed to finish in 3rd or better to take over the Player of the Year race. He finished in 5th, took home $72,000. He's still very much in that Player of the Year race. Him, Anthony Zeno, Phil Hellmuth, basically a 3-horse race for the title. Dustin Dirksen, fun player, took home 4th place, $97,000. Benny Glaser, he was our chip leader for much of this final table. He took home $132,000. But there's your champion.
There's Freddie.
Freddie Bonyadi wins
awesome.
bracelet number 4, and he earned it. You know, I mentioned earlier on how many pots he earned.
Yeah.
And he earned the bracelet for sure.
He earned it all, absolutely. He made some great big calls when he needed to. Well-timed bluffs. Just fantastic show.
Yeah, a fantastic show. I want to thank all of you for joining us. We are back at it on Saturday. The $25,000 Hot Limit Omaha. This was fun as well. What a day. Brian Rast, Darren Wright. For everybody here, for my friend Chris Fitch, I am David Tuckman. Goodbye. Have a good one.